Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you. And I hope that you are getting out in nature, and yeah, come out of your house, your little man cave, woman cave, or wherever you are, and join me out here in the heart of nature. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you can give my videos a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't be afraid, don't be shy, swing by and say hi, Starlight, and you can leave me a message down below, beep beep beep. Plus, you can share my videos with your family, your friends, a squirrel and a seagull. Plus, you can check out my playlist, and you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or at Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So I'm going to show you this beautiful view, and I'm just going to go all the way around here, show you where I am, but this is so beautiful. And this video here is about making your dreams come true. And that is what this is about. So we're just going to keep on going around in a whole circle here. So here we are is, yes, I want you to believe, number one, in yourself. And I'll tell you what, that means that you got to be brave. That means you got to let go of what other people think. You got to find out who you are. You got to believe in yourself. You got to know whatever you're going through, you're going to get through. You got to, let go of the old version of yourself, the person that you think you are right now. You might think that you know yourself, but there's layers. When you start working on yourself and discovering that you're more than what you think, all lied to and programmed to believe and think a certain way. And a lot of us, maybe even all of us, have gone through something in our life where we stopped believing in ourselves. We stopped believing that we could achieve things that we desire in life. So look at this. See, Starlight is like such a plant lover. Look at these beautiful shapes there. So so don't mind Starlight all the time. But you know what? I would not be where I am today, and this is why it's so good to for you out there. And I'm going to actually zoom these plants in a little bit more, but see how nature is so beautiful. See, they're all stars, so it is so beautiful how God has created everything. And you'll see stars. There's other stars out here and plants that I've seen, but I love you so much, and I want you to believe in yourself, and whatever it is that you desire in life, you can make it happen. But you can't make it happen if you're not doing anything about it. You got to take action in life. And like I was going to just say is, it's really important that you find like a mentor, somebody who can help you out, or even a life coach that can help you on this journey in life, because you're not going to be able to do it on your own. You're going to need somebody out there who knows how to help you to get the things that you desire in your life. And what are some things in your life that you desire? I'm here to let you know that you can get those things, but it does take work. It doesn't happen overnight, and there's a lot of people out there who think that the way their life is right now, that's the way it's got to be, and that they're always just going to be stuck for the rest of their life. But you know what? That is an old self-limiting belief that you made yourself. You caused yourself to believe that this is it. This is all it's ever going to be. There's a lot of people that has given up. They have given up on their desires. They have given up, on the plans. They stopped believing in themselves. They stopped, trying by, changing things in their life and working in their life, and, to find out who they are. They given up on, good relationships that will last, and not just to last, but where you can be happy, and you can be in a happy relationship. You could be in a relationship where somebody will respect you, but it takes time. It takes time to find out who you are. Some people, they might say, "Oh yeah, I know who I am," but I thought I knew who I was too. But I found out that was a version. There's more than one version of yourself, and I didn't know this. I'm just going to show you this cool stuff that people did in the sand here. You got to understand there's other versions of you. You're not going to always be that same person as long as you're working on yourself. So it does take a lot of work. It does take a lot of discipline. You got to discipline yourself, and like to discipline yourself enough to say, you know whatever is stopping you, whatever is making you stuck, those are things that you need to let go of. And it could be things, it could be people. There's things out in the world that make us stuck. Things like alcohol or doing drugs. Those are things that are gonna make you stuck. It's gonna get you back into the old days. And Starlight was there a long time ago, but like I said about getting a mentor, it's so important to find a mentor. Like my mentor is Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart, and he helped me to make my dreams come true, things that I desired my whole life. And I have to give him credit, because I wouldn't be out here and doing all this by myself, So I didn't do this alone. I had lots of help. The universe, God, I'm out here because I've gone through hell in my life, and I deserve to enjoy life, my whole life, from even before I was born, all the way until like so many years ago. I lived hell here on earth, and I deserve to actually have a life worth living. And this is amazing. This is something that I never thought that I could ever experience by myself. I always thought that the only way Starlight would ever be this far away from home was to have a man to drive me all the way out here. But because I have such a great mentor, is that he inspired me, he's encouraged me, he helped me to grow, he gave me the courage to believe that I can do anything if I put my mind to it. So it is so important that you take some time out, find somebody, that can help you. And, if you want help, that means you got to do the work. You can't just watch a video and say, oh, that was a great video, and then, put the remote control down or stop the video and not do anything and think that everything is going to go your way. No, that's not how it's going to happen. I could watch thousands of videos from my mentor, but if I don't do the work, nothing's going to happen. So guess what? I'm out here is because I took his videos seriously, and I didn't just watch those videos. I put him to the test. I put him to the test to see if he was real and if he was, telling me the truth about all these videos that he made. And I am a witness to this, is that I'm out here by myself, and I met a lot of beautiful people, and so he's inspired me that I can do this. I had to get out of my comfort zone. I had to face my fears in order to be out here. I got people, they think I'm crazy. Some people think, wow, I had two ladies that were like my mom's age, where I just was recently, and they both said, wow, they heard my story and they said, you know what? You got balls, lady. They were so amazed that I am out here all by myself. And that is exactly what these ladies said. They inspired me. They loved my story. It really helped them out. You know, I was inspiring them, and guess what? They were inspiring me. And I got to give God, I am so thankful for God. Some people don't understand this trip that I'm on here, this journey here. God paid for it. God's the one that made this all happen. The people that helped me to get here, it was God in those people that made this possible. This is how God is rewarding me for working on myself. So yes, I am having the time of my life. And I've had tears, I've had joy, I have many moments like today of gratefulness, and how grateful I am that God actually is using me and has put me out here to help people, to have a YouTube channel. And if I could do it, you can do it, This is, like I said, the trip that I took out here, and I've been in my car for a long time, living in my car, and God paid for this trip. God is the one that's rewarding me. I get signs from the universe. The universe is like, you know what? We see that you're doing work that we wanted you to do. You've been listening, the archangels, and watching everything that you're doing, and we're going to reward you, and that is just happening. So those numbers, some of you might think those numbers are a joke. Some of you might have tried some of those numbers and try to go on. But if you're not patient in life, then and you give up, well, that's because you gave up. You didn't stick in with it. With my mentor, I could have gave up a long time ago. You think this was easy for me to come all the way out here? No. I had time. I was tested. I was tried. The universe wanted to say, you desire this, Starlight? Yeah, I desire it. Well, how bad do you want it? Look at my baby friends out here. They're so cute. But I don't know what these animals are. I don't know why it's not zooming in right. But yeah, so I'm able to be out here and enjoying nature and animals and different plants and different places, beautiful people. And this is because God is the one that is blessing me to be able to experience things that I never thought I would ever be able to experience before in my life. So put all the excuses behind you. Because if you got excuses, that's an old program causing you to think that you can't experience this in your own life, to travel around. I, in my lifetime, would have ever thought I would be able to ever do this. This wasn't a part of my plan. This is something that God knows my heart. God knows my mind. And like I said, you can't do this all on your own. You need help. To be able to, whatever it is that you desire in life. I'm out here is because I've been doing the work and God is blessing me. And if I'm not grateful for everything that God has done, then you know what? God doesn't have to bless me with more. And that is why I'm able to be out here, is because this whole trip I have been so grateful all morning long. That's what I've been saying is, God, I am so grateful. I am so grateful for the protection, A lot of things could happen out on this journey, but I have been protected. God has been protecting me. The Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, Archangels Violet Flame at nighttime. I ask them for help all the time and protection. So I am doing that work, and that is how things can happen in your life, even like a relationship. You desire to be with someone, well, guess what? It takes a lot of work, and it doesn't happen overnight. So if you want to have that beautiful relationship, somebody that is going to respect you and love you and help you to grow, help you to be the change that you want to see in the world, help you to become that greatest version of yourself, guess what? You got to show God how bad you want it. How bad do you want that relationship? How bad desire to find love in your life, a love and a relationship that will last you a lifetime? How bad do you want it? You know what? You got to do the work. Instead of listening to everybody else's opinions in life, saying, that's not going to happen for you, you got to stop that kind of, you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe you can make it happen. And it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to, the universe is always going to test you and make you to think that things are not working out. But no matter how the circumstances look and what you're going through is, you got to believe, that everything is working out, and there's things that you're going to let go of. There's things that you need to get healed from. There's things, you got to take action. You got to be patient. You got to be persistent, consistent, and, like forgiving yourself, loving yourself, work on yourself, eating healthier. When you start really getting serious about taking and really loving yourself, and there's a lot of people, they think, I could just live my old lifestyle and, not make any changes really. And, and you got to be honest. You got to be honest. God knows your heart. God knows your mind. You could tell me one thing, but God knows your heart. I don't know your heart. But God knows if you're being real or not. And if you're not being real, with yourself, then that's what's going to mess everything up, because you have to, this is a part of the journey, is that you got to not only be honest with other people, is that you got to be honest with yourself. And that is where I find a lot of people, they're not honest with themselves. And you could become your greatest version, but it takes time. It takes time to work on yourself. And then before you know it, you're not even going to know who you are anymore. And neither is your family or people that you once knew you. They're like, who are you? I don't even know you anymore. And that's when you're going to find out that, wow, you're growing. You don't go to the same places anymore. You don't hang out with the same people that bring you down. You don't go to the same places like a bar or dance clubs, and you're not drinking anymore, you're not smoking anymore. And it's kind of funny how this works, is that you might have been the one that was drinking and smoking, and then you might have been around people that weren't smoking and drinking, and now you don't even do that stuff anymore, but now they're doing what you used to do that you don't do anymore. So everything changes. They might still be eating the same food, and where you're not eating that food anymore. So you got to believe in yourself, and you can make your desires come true, but like I said, you got to work. So you can't do this all on your own. You can ask God for help. Like I said, I have my mentor. You can always reach out to him, and send him messages and stuff like that. And that means you got to be patient. That means you got to trust in the process. This stuff doesn't happen overnight. Yeah, there's going to be blood, sweat, and tears. But in the end, you'll be amazed. You'll be like, wow, she's right. Things are happening for me. Yeah, it's been hard. It hasn't been easy. But you know what? I'm happier now than I was before. And that's what you got to realize, is that, it does take a lot of work, and it will change your life for the better with no regrets. So anyway, I love you so much. And, if I could do it, you could do it. You got to believe in yourself. You got to trust in the process and know that, if you want something bad enough, you can make it happen. But it doesn't happen overnight. And this is why society, they're screwing a lot of people up by making you think that, and this is why you can't follow the crowd. The other day, actually, I just throw this story in here really quick, is that I was buying water at a store the other day, and the register, this lady, they were having problems with the register, and the guy, I kept myself in that line. Most people would have got out of that line because it was taking a long time, and all I had was a 24-pack of water. That's all I was getting. And the guy at the cash register said, he goes, ma'am, you might actually want to go to another line because this is going to take a while here. They're having a hard time with the machine. And I said, I'm a YouTube creator, and it's funny, it's all about patience, and I was purposely keeping myself there to teach myself patience, because that's what I've been learning on this journey here, is patience. God has been teaching me to be very patient. So I was keeping myself there, and the funny thing is, it was taking longer and longer. It's happening, and my intuition said, okay, Starlight, go into the other line. So once I did, bam, the machine started working. But I was willing to stand there in line, even though nothing was happening, even though they were having a hard time. But you got to listen to your intuition, because that is your guide in life, is to listen to what your gut says. And that's exactly what happened. The guy goes, he goes, it is so weird. Once you moved, his register started working. So anyway, I love you so much. And this is not an easy journey. This is not for the weak-hearted people at all. This is for the strong. These are for this journey here is like Starlight. I've been through hell. Some people, they could say whatever they want about Starlight. I really don't care what people say about Starlight, because I know I'm where I belong. God guided me to this direction, this place here, by sending people my way and telling me where to go, and oh, you should go here, Starlight, and that was the universe telling me. So this trip has been paid for by God. God has paid for this trip. So because I am doing the inner work. When you do the inner work, when you obey God, God will take care of all your needs. God will take care of everything, your food, everything. You just like, hey, you know what? Put it on God's tab. God's got it all paid for. God, as long as you do the work, you're faithful to God, you obey God, you do what God wants you to do, you're grateful for what God has blessed you with, and you thank the angels, you thank God for all the things that come flowing in your life, and God will bless you and open up doors. But if you decide to do it your own way, good luck. So I love you so much, and I'll just show you real quick here. But look at this. I am living the dream of my life. I am. This is beautiful. I never thought in this lifetime here that I would be out here experiencing this by myself, So I love you so much, and I want to just say thank you to all of you who have been there loving the support in Starlight, and thank you to my mentor, that God used my mentor to guide me and help me on this journey. If you need a mentor, I am telling you, he is a super, super beautiful spirit being, and we're all multi-dimensional spirit beings having a human experience, and you can get so much help from his YouTube channel. And I would not be telling you this, but that man is amazing. I am here because he helped me to make it possible. So I am so grateful, and you need to be grateful for the people in your life, the people that have been there, loving, supporting you. I couldn't do this on my own, and I thank all of you that are here on my YouTube channel that love and support me, the ones that leave me messages, the ones that give me thumbs up. You might not believe that this is possible, but I am showing you that it is possible. Is it easy? Absolutely not. This is not for the lighthearted. This is for the strong. The strong can only handle these kind of conditions and this kind of journey here. This is, about finding out who you are. This is what we're here. Don't fall for that trap of the Matrix, going out for, with the Hollywood stars, This is about finding out who you are and why are you here. I love you so much, and you can give this video a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't be afraid, don't be shy. Swing by and say hi, Starlight, by leaving me a comment down below. Plus, you could share my videos with your family, your friends. A fox and a wolf. Plus, you can also check out my playlist, and you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that's Kathy with a K, Dignity Starlight. I love you all. If you desire this, you need help. Ask God, find a mentor that will really help you, and help you, because they know what it's like. They know how to, that's their job, that's what they do, that's their purpose. They found their purpose. Those are the ones that will help you, but you can ask God for guidance and help on this beautiful journey. I love you so much. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight, love, light, and peace.